All right, getting ready to go race or pace, or I don't know what to call this other than the Johnny Mance challenge, essentially. Um, we are at Darlington for 150 laps with the 87s, and you only get the tires that you start on. So there's many ways to approach this. If you go all out, I don't think you can make it. So you're not going to be able to just go be the fastest. That's not something that's going to work. If you go too slow, you're not going to... You're going to go a lot of laps down, and you got to just find the right balance, essentially. So it's either 100 minutes or 150 laps. And what I think is going to be the best thing to do is just... You only need to pit once if you're going slow, but I think it's probably going to be better to monitor the tires and pit twice, just to know where you're at, because they can look at the tires once you're in. So I think that's what I'm going to do. To get 150 laps right on the dot at an hour and 40, you need to average 40-second laps. That's probably going to be too slow from looking at it. Like 36, 35-second laps weren't wearing the tires more than 1% a lap. That's going to be your key goal. 100%. You wear it more than 1% a lap, you're not making it. So the other factor in this is, as you can see, the sky is starting to get brighter out. We're on 8-time speed. It is currently 90 degrees out at 6:30 in the morning, so it's going to get hot, and that tire heat is going to come into play. We've got, what do we got? We got 25 people, and it looks like we're going to have to wait the whole 5 minutes, so that's fine. I am not going to qualify. Tracy, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. He might just go all out and see how many times he can lap the field before he runs out of tires, because I know he hates tire saving. So we'll see what he actually does. Robbie Swan's been going fast. He is new. Who else do we have that's new? Lucas is new. And I think there was one more, but I'm not sure if they've made it. So yeah, completely different thing. Just something to do on week 13. I've wanted to do this for a while. Then they changed the tires to make them wear slower. And I was like, man, I wanted to do like a 80-lap race or something like that where you had to manage it, but 80 laps is way too easy. So, we got some time since it's a Tuesday and the new build is not out, although the release notes just dropped. Looked at those sort of quick and kind of got the highlights of it. But, yeah, it is going to be an interesting one, and I am not sure... Anyone can win, really. That's the biggest thing, is anybody's going to be able to win this. You don't want to get damage. We don't have resets or anything like that. Anytime you put resets into one of these races, it just gives people the option to wreck. So, remind everyone... So, sun is out. We are starting this at 7 a.m. and by the time we get green, it's probably going to be about 7:15. So, I don't know how it's going to go. No idea. No idea who's going to win. That's always good coming into it. Anyone can win this. We don't have the Pontiac.
Next time by. You're on the outside this time. Pit road is closed.
That comes out tomorrow, along with a bunch of other things. And, yeah, so this is going out while everyone's waiting for the new stuff to drop, and then a bunch of new content videos will be coming out. Sun is popping up over the wall in turn 2. No cautions, because, well, that would be boring, and cautions rarely trigger on this track anyways, so looks like we're gonna have to wait the full amount of time.
There's no tire changes allowed during this race. Treat them right and good luck.
No tire changes allowed, but you will need to pit for fuel, and we might just do that twice. We'll just kind of feel it out. Like, it's the pitting twice is not going to cost you a lot in the long run, just because of the slower speeds.
Jetstar 28.
And we're only taking fuel only.
Jetstar 22.
I mean, it's still going to cost you more than if you pit once, but I think having that knowledge is going to be very valuable. You also don't want to be taking off any percentage coming up to the pack, so it's going to need to kind of chill out and ease their way up. Got Billy to our inside. Got Gavin. Is he just ahead of us? Did I put his car file in the right folder? Maybe I didn't. Since Trading Paints haven't installed that again. Until they give the all clear. Just been putting our files up on the on Discord. But yeah, it looks like I did not put his file in the right folder. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that too often with Trading Paints. Here we go. Sun is fully up in the sky now.
Clear.
Got Billy heading down low. It's so weird because, like, everyone is going really slow. I still miss a shift somehow going slow. Alright, so Billy has went down on the apron, which is an option, but I think
you're in the middle, 3 wide.
I think that's going to be way too damaging on the tires, just because it's flatter. But you also have a very good chance of getting plowed into and causing an issue if you're up on the track and going slow. So I've told people, go low if you're going slow. But yeah, obviously if you're all by yourself out there at the back of the field for a moment, then you can run up on the track. And slow is relevant to the person, so we'll see what they're doing up front, but we're doing 35s right now. I think the goal is go as fast as you can on the straightaways, because we're not just saving fuel, and then go slow in the corners. So once you get it straight, hit the gas. But then get it braked for the corner, slowed for the corner, braked for the corner, woed up. And you're going to see people get impatient. You're going to get that interstate effect where you're going the same speed as someone, but you think, all right, well, I got to pass him. That is going to happen. That might happen to me. I may start feeling like we need to do that. Right now, we can go about 83 laps on a tank. Little quick through there. .39. So I'm thinking lap 50 we drop in, check out the tires, and then lap 100. Also think we might need to pass Gavin and my dad without taking too much out of the tires. So Gavin's just going to give us a spot. We're going to push it a little bit here.
Inside. 35.202. Clear.
I'm not going to try to pass my dad out of 2. I don't trust him to not hit the wall and wipe us out there.
Car outside. Keep low. Outside, clear.
Go fast on straights, go slow in the corners. We got like a massive group of people tripping over each other up there. Haven't seen a wreck yet, so that's good.
076.
Got Kurt just ahead of us. Keep clipping that apron there. Got Nick going really slow in 25th.
Outside.
Slowed down for the corner. We're going to go 3 wide middle here. Now, as the race goes on, rubber is going to build,
Outside, clear.
and tire wear is going to get less.
35.
But we just took a bit of our tires there without gaining anything, so that was not good. Now, going slow at the start is a very good strategy because you'll have more tire at the end and can push harder when the track is not going to wear that much. So, it is an option, and a lot of people are going to
35.
eat up their tires.
6.
Oh, we almost had a spinner.
Outside.
Take advantage of that.
Clear.
A few free spots there. My dad just did a big slide up the track. He went down low and then came up the track. I don't know if he really hurt his tires, but look at this massive group here. And we have caught Billy. Billy is going slow motion. This group is a mess. They're all going to have the same tires at the end of this one. I don't know what we do here. I would like to get ahead of them, but I don't think there's a possible way to do that.
35.472.
So we're going to just kind of go slow here, wait for it to start spreading out. Maybe they'll see that I've caught up and some of them will start pushing. "11 laps in. We are currently 17 seconds behind the leader. So, the leaders are going to be coming up to lap us very soon.
36.482.
Got Tracy in this group, though. Very surprised to see that. I figured he would just try to lap the field as many times as he could. We got Zachary. He is working down low, and I think that's probably going to be working his tires more. But I also think he just kind of has nowhere to go with things at the moment. Tyler just ahead of us.
36.083.
A little bit of contact up ahead. Everyone keeps it straight. Turns out when you're not pushing 100%, it's very easy to run 3 and 4 wide.
Outside.
We are going to try and find our way around some of these cars.
Still there, hold your line.
Using a percent or so just to get ahead of these guys will help.
Clear up top.
especially if we're doing the two-stop strategy.
661.
But we've just passed Tracy. So he is going much slower than I expected, but he's coming off the corner hard there. Where to go there? Connor just ahead of us.
Car outside. 35.082.
Balance how hard you go into the corner to get past someone and how much you push it through the corner. We're up to 10th, but we haven't passed anyone that was trying, so. Mark is out in the lead. We are 19 seconds behind him.
You're in the top 10.
Just ran our fastest lap of the race on lap 16, 34.7. We can make it to halfway at this pace. But I think I'm still going to pit at lap 50 just to get an idea on, is this sustainable? Because we're going to need to be no lower than 66% when we pit at lap 50. So gained a bunch of time on a lot of the people in that group that we passed. These guys are going fairly quick ahead of us. When I say quick, I mean faster than me at the moment. We've gained on Mark 17 seconds now, so he's probably caught the back end of the field. And it's just kind of getting slowed down by them. No? I think he's just backed the pace down. He got a lead. And he's just gonna ride it there. Billy taking the slow and low approach. Definitely won't need to check his tires, but I am worried that that lack of banking down there is going to hurt him. Or he's going to have to just go so slow that it doesn't really pay off. But again, many people are going to blow tires. We're probably going to blow a tire just because we've been pushing it way harder than I should have. 20 laps in though, and hour and 28 minutes left in the time for this race to finish. These guys going slow are going to be so quick at the end. But will it be quick enough? Big slow up there where I'm just going much quicker than I should be through that portion. So Mitch is even going slow. And then ahead of him, we got Robbie, Dan, Brett, Eric, and Mark out front that have went a little quicker at the start, or just didn't get held up as much. But now it's just a long pacing exercise. Don't get tricked into pushing hard. Don't slide your tires. Once we get to lap 50, we're going to understand the situation a little better. Track temp's 92 right now. Air temp is 91. It is currently 9 in the morning, so we got a lot more time before we're at noon or 3 o'clock when it should be hottest. Alright, do we go ahead and pass these guys? Do we think they're going too slow? Put it in the wall. We're going to get rid of Nick as he lets us by.
Clear inside. 35.264.
I just feel if I'm not pushing up towards the wall and I can just turn left at any time, then we're not doing anything bad to the tires. Just because there's enough banking that it's holding us up there just fine. We get a little wall tap. Darlington stripe. Squeal the tires up a bit. Was that someone sideways? No. Alright. It looked like there was someone sideways up on the track, but it's not the case. Alright, we're going to go for a run off the corner here.
Car outside. Keep low. Clear outside.
It's so weird to pass someone and then, like, check up as much as we are. But pushing it just a tiny bit harder than we are can have some big consequences in all this. So I think setting up the pass off the corner where you can get a run down the straightaway and still not push it in the corner is the best way of doing things.
Outside. Stay low.
Big run
Clear
off the corner.
If you want it.
Made Mitch push the into the corner a little harder than he wanted to, I think. But I don't feel like I've done anything wrong to the tires. In about 22 laps, we're going to find out for sure. Okay, we've made Mitch push a little harder now. He's backing it down, though, on the straightaway, which is weird. Like, he's... like, I don't know if he's trying to go all 150 without pitting or what, but... he's backing it down really early on corner entry. Maybe he doesn't want to use the brakes. I don't know. That was strange. We timed it up wrong. Didn't need that big slide.
Still there. Still there.
Alrighty.
Keep low. Clear.
Now we're getting into a race, which we don't need to do, because that's only going to hurt us.
34.992. Car outside.
We're going to run into him. We're going to slide the tires. It's just who wants to push the hardest through the turn, I guess.
Stay low. There is a car.
He does not want us ahead of him, though.
Clear.
It's okay. We'll back off here. What we got to do is trick him on a corner exit and come off the corner way faster than he can handle.
35.162.
So we'll try that off at 2 here. We gotta give ourselves enough space. Time it just right.
Car outside.
And now we gotta...
Still there. Clear up top.
And now we can back it down. It didn't matter if we were in front of him or not. But I felt like I had to be in front of him. But I think he's going to do the same thing to us now.
35.09.
And then kind of get on our bumper to force us to enter the corner harder than we want to. There's many different games that you can play with this. Biggest game is don't overdrive the corner. I hope he doesn't think I know what I'm doing, because I don't.
35.034.
We are just going off a feel. Most practice I had was do 3 laps at 35-second pace, not pushing it through the corners, and seeing what the initial percentages were. Push that hard. Got Dan 2.5 seconds ahead of us. Track temp's now 97, air temp 93.
34.974.
Brandon has moved up onto the track, which is fine. Billy's running dead last at the moment because he is going very slow. The very opposite of what we were doing, because we're probably pushing too hard, but also don't want to do the exact same thing Gavin's doing because you don't need to see all that twice if you watch both of us. We are 18 seconds behind the leader, who is still Mark, so he's definitely hasn't backed it off like I thought he was, because we've been pushing harder and he has gained some on us, so. There's Chad down low.
.966.
All 3 cars in front of us right now are for position. Everyone's going to be very confused when I pit at lap 50. Because you can make it all the way to 75 easy. We can go 44 more laps from here.
35.0.
But I want that knowledge. I want to know what I've done to my tires so that I can adjust for the next 100 laps, because that is going to be key. If you keep doing bad things to it and think you're doing fine, that's not good.
.193.
Getting very tempted to go fast. Got a car ahead of me. It's making me want to push. I think corner entry is key, because that's the right front, which is going to wear the most. So if you can get corner exit, a little speed out of it,
34.946.
you should be fine on tire wear, keeping them even. But again, no one's for sure yet, so. We're about to set our fastest lap of the race on lap 40. until I did that big slide. Okay, I'm still wanting to do it because I'm seeing green. We'll go for it. There we go, fastest lap of the race. Lap 40 for us. Not fastest lap overall, but for us, it's our fastest lap. I'm a little worried about how it feels. It does feel like it's tightening up. I also think people that are pushing up to the wall are going to be hurting worse later on.
34.995.
But again, no one really knows what you need to do here. And no one really knows what the speed difference is going to be at the end of the race. Because once the tires start going, once you hit that like 10-20% mark on a tire, you lose a ton of speed. So, will Billy, who is now 5 laps down, is he going to gain it all back because he has a ton of percentage left and can go quick? That's the unknown. Alright, these guys are catching up with me, so I think I'm going to pit and grab some fuel and look at the tires. Actually, what can we do? We can make it 81 laps.
34.984.
Yeah, we'll just have to pit twice. There's no way we can stretch. I was thinking all wrong, but yeah, these guys are pushing hard now behind us, so we will be coming in the pits next lap so that we don't have to deal with too much racing. Just let him go.
Outside, 35.187. Stay low, there is a car on the high side. Clear outside if you want it.
It's really hard to let people go when you're going this slow. Alright, so Chad's going to be out of the way. For the most part.
Inside.
Alright, we're going to confuse them all.
Still there.
Confuse them all massively here. If I can make it into the pits. Because we know how freaking terrible I am at that. Alright, let's look at these tires and top it off with fuel. And not get a speeding penalty.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Alright. Tires, 92.89. Holy crap, okay. That is very good knowledge. I can't believe how little wear there is.
Go, go, go!
I can't believe that. 92.89. We're going to be able to push quite hard and no one's going to really see it. And that could help us out. Everyone else is going to be at like 95% when they come in at 75. So, really no tire wear. Alright. Yeah, it's going to be a little weird now with fuel and old tires. But we have a little bit more knowledge over the field.
6.154.
Not going to force anything here. Still don't want to push it really hard in the corners, but if we can go slightly quicker. I mean, we did just give up a ton of time, but I think many people are going to be underdriving the hell out of their cars, thinking that you need to take it easier until they get to their first pit stop. So we can go here, and then we'll do a quick 8-gallon top off at the end, or break the car. I guess, you know, if we knock the toe out, that's going to change things up for us. I was doing much better when I wasn't pushing.
4.13.
So essentially, we need to go a second quicker than everyone for about 30 laps to make up for our early check on our tires. But we could also really hurt our tires now, just because I can hear them squealing. So we need to not push it through the turns too hard, but harder than we were. At that rate, we were going to finish with like 70% tires. But now we got to work our way through this mess. And they might have just better tires than us too to hold us off in the corners.
34.4.
Well, now we know that tire wear is nothing. The two-stop strategy is terrible.
Outside. Outside is clear.
Still 30 laps short on fuel.
4.649.
But I also think that people are going to be really pushing it hard after they do pit. And it'll be a little more spread out, so they're not all going to be able to pace each other and slow each other down, I hope. Nowhere for us to go here.
The car outside. Outside clear.
I just can't believe that. 92.89 would nearly look. Ran into the back of Tracy looking at our tires.
Still there, hold your line. Still there, hold your line. Still there, hold your line. Outside clear.
But yeah, I mean, even though they're not pushing it, they're a little quicker than us.
5.321.
So that is not good news. The more I push it and heat the tires up, the slower we get. We have just bad decisions on this one. Time here.
.101.
I think just set it up on corner exit like we were doing. Corner entry, we have no grip.
Car inside. Clear inside.
Oh boy.
Keep high. Still inside.
Getting loose.
Clear inside. 34.776.
I think Mark has got this one won. Just based off of where he's put himself in the field, and he's going to do a one-stop. he'll have such an advantage over everyone once they start trying to push. And once you start pushing on old tires, they just turn to jelly, so... But we can use them up to like 33% for our next stop, essentially. Checking up here, it's fine. Allow us to cool the tires off. Track temp up to 112. You didn't see that in the bottom right.
Outside clear.
Now, hopefully people aren't giving away their tire wear as they pit early, because that's going to give everyone the info they need before they head into the pits. And people start pushing, so. But Billy and Chad are really going to need to start going soon. I think they were expecting more wear than what we are getting. But maybe they know something. Maybe it's going to wear out quicker as you burn off the tread.
4.793.
Track temp is still going up, which is going to help a little bit in the wear. A bit. Right rear is getting hot and slick.
34.882.
I don't know, it kind of feels like anytime I push it, we just lose more time. What the hell I'm doing there, but that is the second wall hit we've done. Blame it on Brandon. We got arrow tight behind him.
0.272.
Connor's pushing now. Should see most of the field start pitting anytime. Window should be open. Then we're going to have to pit again, so. I thought two-tire would be smart, but now seeing, or not two-tire, but two pit stops was going to be smart, but with that little of wear.
34.994.
All we learned is we went too slow, and it cost us 30 seconds on track. We will catch a few people here. We got James and Kirk. Kirk is falling way back. I thought he was further up there. Well, let's take a look at the situation. We're in 19th. We're one lap down. Robbie Swan is leading with Mark 2.5 seconds behind him. Then 7th place is 23 seconds behind them, and that is this David Bush right behind us in the 13. Connor's right behind us, but on the Racelabs, what you can see. And then 34 seconds behind the leader is John and Gavin. As we're looking at that again, well, you know what? If you're using the wall, you're not using the tires, I guess, right? My dad just went one lap down.
35.357.
Or is the leader of the one lap down cars. 117 track temp now. We have got to 12:30 in the afternoon.
35.148.
So go back to being slow on entry, try to get some speed on exit. Try to make up some ground while, I mean, we're going to have to get like a 30, 25 second lead over the people that were racing when they pit. The good news is no one's going to get faster when they come out, and like no one's going to have a tire advantage at any point. I mean, they will if they're saving a ton, but it's not going to be like fresh tires. So when you pit, it's not going to be too big of a deal. I don't know, this is just I was not prepared for the tires to be the way they were on our pit stop. Like, I feel like it's lying to me, especially after feeling what just happened there off of 4. But we'll cool them down a bit. Tire heat is definitely coming into play now. So I guess the people that are saving and almost a lap down might be better off if the tire heat, track temp, and everything comes together and it gets worse as you wear them.
35.165.
Connor's only 2 seconds behind us, so we got Zach just ahead of us. Not this 15, that's James, but Zach, the red car, he's headed to the pits. Now, there still are pit penalties and other issues that you can have, but now the field is going to find out that, oh, there's no tire wear. But we'll see where we come out to Zach. They're going to have to take full fuel there. So we're only really adding the extra drive down pit lane, since we're taking the same amount of fuel and tires you're not waiting on tires. So we're headed for our favorite wall. God, the car just feels like crap now after I pushed it. It's got me worried.
35.033.
Zach's still on pit road.
Car inside.
I was worried Troy was going to snap there on exit because he was just hugging that transition. That can sometimes do bad things to you. Alright, so Zach has come out 10 seconds behind us. And I'm guessing he's going to go pretty quick if his tires were at like 80%. Jared into the wall. Don't feel bad, I've only done that like 100 times. Chad is up on the track. I mean, he has been, but is he pushing yet? He's hugging that transition. I think him and Billy are having a race for last, although he might be 2 laps ahead of Billy now. So Billy is winning that battle at the moment. What is he going to be able to do speed-wise at the end of this? I mean, it would be awesome if he's all of a sudden just crazy fast and can make up a bunch of laps, but he's going to have to start going. Because I don't think very many people are going to blow tires. Two more laps and most people should come into pit. Some might stretch it just to shorten up the amount of fuel that they need to take.
35.147.
And this is not something people are used to doing because you don't ever get 0 sets of tires, or at least not on a long race that you gotta pit. So unless someone practiced and figured out what they can do, but no one really knew what the track conditions were. I didn't tell anyone, and I changed it really late just to make sure to throw anyone off. I think we got our tires cooled down. It's feeling a little more stable now. Gavin is headed to pit road. We're going to pass him for position. Mitch on pit road. So I think we've gained a bunch of time on those guys, but not enough to make up for having to stop again. And now they're going to see that, oh shit, I can push because I'm not even at 50%. So it's going to get interesting now. I guess we could just pit now. Get that over with rather than waiting on it, but
34.922.
Actually we could. Here's Gavin. Let's see what he does for laps. It's just a bad spot for us to be catching each other there. But is he gonna go faster, or is he gonna stick with what he's doing? Oh yeah, he's going faster. He found out, hey, my tires suck, I need to push it. Or my tire wear is nothing, I need to push it. Tires have also cooled down a bit, so. And he's got a lot better tires than what we have. We're in 9th. Mark only 4.5 seconds ahead of us and has just pit. Kirk has not pit. He hasn't found out that wear is nothing. Track temp's now up to 123. Gavin's finding out that full tank and old tires sucks. Very hard to drive. Back on the lead lap, but that don't mean anything because can't get a caution anyways. Headed for the wall. I don't know, do I pit now just to get it all sorted out, or do I wait till later? Oh, had someone spin, I almost spun. That is Nick who had a moment.
35.576.
He just came out of the pits, so I'm guessing he just started pushing, and full fuel on old tires does weird things. Alright, I think I'm going to drop in next lap and take 8 gallons. And then just because no matter what, we're going to be losing time to everyone, but I need to know how hard to push it. And we're going to get a better reading now of what did we just do to those tires. You know, did we all of a sudden drop 30% pushing that hard? And so maybe we need to go back to saving and everyone else is going to burn their stuff up. Can we get that lucky? But it should be a quick stop.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Tires are 7470. So even pushing them,
We're done. Get going.
didn't do anything. I'm very disappointed. This is why I waited for it, because I wanted to do it. Then they changed the tires and took away a lot of the wear management. So I am not sure how it's all going to sort out, but I guess we just need to hope we can beat my dad, apparently, because he is coming up on us now. Should be good to the end. Tire wear is not going to be a factor, so that's going to disappoint everyone that's paced around really slowly. Kirk's on pit road.
0.673. The lead is pitting now.
We are a full lap down to people that have pit now, so that's not surprising. Kind of happens when you come down pit road twice, but I mean, I think we gained a little bit of time by knowing, but it didn't gain us enough time to overcome a second trip down pit road.
34.959.
What is the second half of this race going to do? Are people going to start pushing really hard and melt their stuff? I'm just very disappointed with how little wear there is with the conditions that we have. Fresh track, hot track, but zero wear. Yeah, we're all going slow, but it's still now when we're trying to push, we can't even wear the tires because the time fall off. Like, it's more of a handling issue now than it is a tire wear issue.
34.845.
But some people are going to have fresher tires. They may be too hard to compete with. But it was clearly not a you need to save a bunch type race, so I'm glad we didn't go too slow at the start. The next thing is just going to be mistakes are going to start happening. People are going to start hitting the walls, they're going to start spinning out. As the tires start to wear and heat up more. So we all thought very wrongly. Most of us did. Mark, Robbie, Eric, they all understood the situation. But we'll see where they're at the end of this one. Billy and Chad really got it wrong, I think. I think we needed to do 250 laps to make this even close to limiting. But that would be way too long of a race. Right now in 13th, we got Nick King ahead of us. He had that little spin, I'm pretty sure. Gavin is currently 9.7 seconds ahead of us and pulling away. He's got fresher tires.
35.38.
Is having some trouble stopping now. Gavin's pulling away from us. David still hasn't pushed or pit, so he is getting really great fuel mileage. But he's gonna find out that doesn't mean anything. 5.355. Sorry it didn't turn out like I thought it was going to, but at least everyone came in a bit clueless, and yeah, we've still got 58 laps here, so get this done and then go fire up Starfield while I'm waiting for this to upload. Waiting for that game, although I'm not really a fan of like the Fallout style games, but hopefully with it being in space it will interest me enough, and it's on Game Pass, so might as well give it a go. Then the new build, tour mods, and SK's got the new damage model, so that is going to be interesting. Hopefully it clears up the X's issues. We can get to some decent short track racing with those now. But I'm guessing right fronts are going to be popping off like crazy with wall hits, which should happen. You should be bending some stuff. But hopefully contacts side to side will be much better and make that just an overall better racing car. I think that'll be one of my main cars now, and might be the next car that we go to in the league, because I've been waiting for the damage model to be changed. Unfortunately, they didn't do anything with the tire or the draft model, which needs work on that. But that could all be coming in the oval refresh, which is not in this build if you haven't read the notes yet and are actually listening to this portion of the race and haven't skipped forward just to see where I end up, because this is fairly boring now. I mean, people could still blow tires, but I'm very doubtful unless they are just cranking the wheel left. Gavin now 12 seconds ahead of us.
5.28.
if I could get this thing to turn, I would push it a little harder, but we have lost any ability to turn the car. So we gotta hope that people get to that point and then try to push through it. We would have been in a good spot had I just pit it halfway. But now, Mark has got the lead. 8 seconds ahead of us. David's still out there on the same tank. He is at 98 laps. I think he has changed his goal to see if he can make it to the end of this one without pitting. If I could just close pit road and not allow people to get fuel, we could really make things interesting with this type of race, but I don't know how. Like, I think that would be a Mitch instant win, since we've already seen him do that at Dover last week with the Gen 4s. But we're closing up on Nick for the 11th position. I feel like the tires are just dead, but I bet we finish with over 50%. Track temp is dropping, 122. It is 3:24 in the afternoon. We might get to sunset. Nine laps left in this, and we're 1 lap down, so yeah, I mean we're at least beating my dad. 5.5 seconds ahead of him. I don't think we're going to see anyone blow a tire. I just don't know how you could. David finally has to go get fuel after 100 laps. Oh boy. Nearly found our spot on the wall again. Running 35.2s. When we were saving earlier, we were running 35.9s, so I mean we got a little quicker than that when I started pushing to get around Mitch, but David has just found out that he's got a lot of tire left, so he's going to check out for a moment, but now realizing old tires, full fuel tank, no turn. Just gonna let us go. That puts us 11th. 11th, 1 lap down. On the wrong plan. And we were on the right plan at the start. We got Dan 8.5 seconds ahead of us. Catching him before the pit stop. Our first one, so we've at least not lost out too much to him. 35.285. then Mitch, 12.5 seconds ahead of us. So honestly, it's really not bad. For having pit twice, it's not as bad as it could have been. We were able to use that early info to push harder and limit how bad it hurt us. Gavin, 12.5 seconds ahead of us, just ahead of Mitch.
35.322.
So, just hope that they burn their stuff up. Don't think it's going to happen, though. I mean, they have stopped pulling away from us over the last 20 laps, but 12.5 seconds is a lot of time. Leader is 8.5 seconds ahead of us. That is Mark.
0.076.
Gavin, 13 seconds out ahead of us now. Maybe they're getting slowed up by traffic. Maybe just in the turn it's giving me different numbers. Alright, I think I'm going to go last lap on the Delta bar now, because we're never going to hit session best anymore. We need to find some quicker ways around here, try to gain some time back. Without hurting the right rear too much. Currently, Eric and Mark are the top two.
178.
Got some smoke off the corner. Cars up there. That looks like Mitch has had an issue, so he must have been the smoke, or part of the smoke. So he went from 12 seconds ahead of us to 3. And slides like that are not going to be good, and he's going to pull it in. But sadly, not going to be as dramatic as I thought at the end of this one. I thought for sure 150 laps would be enough to wear out the tires, but not on these. Not at this track. Maybe we should have went to Dover. That would have been a disaster. Darlington's the right size. Right speed, has the ability to destroy tires, but I think we all were just a little too careful about it, so that really made things a bit boring for us. Okay, I hope that was for the 50% and not the 20%, otherwise things have really went bad for our tires. Robbie he has hit a bad point in his tires. They look like they're hot and they're worn. He was one of those early leaders. I mean, he's still 3rd place right now. But it does not look like he's got much grip. Sadly, we didn't have enough grip there. try to get to his inside here and not stuff him in the
Stay
wall.
low. There is a car on the high side. Still there. Outside is clear.
Got Brandon ahead of us.
35.724.
Just have to wait here, back it off a bit so we can get a run on exit. It's just going to turn down.
Inside.
And loose. Dan's 5 seconds ahead of us. But Robbie is losing it on corner entry now. I think his right rear is melting, and he might actually be a meatball eventually.
35.
He's just got to get it around. Just drive it close to the wall so when it does slip out on you, you hit the wall and don't spin. There was a bad exit there. Looks like Eric has taken the lead. James is going to give us a ton of space. Dan 5.7 ahead of us, so he is staying even with us right now. I just need to get my turn 2 exit better. So yeah, possibly like 180 laps to force 2 different stops to kind of change up where you're doing your stops. Got Brandon hauling ass now all of a sudden.
35.483.
Apparently I am going way too slow for him. Decided to push it. I'm just going to let him go, but I don't think he was ready for that at all. Just go.
Still inside.
Just go. Holy shit, just go.
Clear inside.
Alright, well, we just lost 2 seconds there. My own fault. But it was looking like he was trying to push it hard out of the turns to get a run on us, so I was just letting him go again. Seven seconds to Dan now. Oh man, the right front feels like junk now too. What have I done? Have I like somehow wiped out 70% of tire? This tire has went through so many different fields in this race. But the people that started off fast are still doing good, other than Robbie. Well, that one might have hurt the tire. That might have towed it in a different way.
35.351.
No wheel damage call. But it is definitely not turning. So, at the moment, Mitch is out of the race. Billy is 10 laps down. I don't know if he's out of the race or not. He may have just given up, realizing that after his pit stop that no one was having tire issues.
5.104.
Do we have anyone that looks like they're making their way forward? Who is in fourth? Connor is in fourth. He is 16.9 seconds back from the lead. No, he's in fifth, sorry. Zachary's in third. He is 14 seconds off the lead, so we will keep an eye on that. Amazingly, 14.000 seconds off the lead. Alright, I don't want to do this.
Outside. Clear outside if you want it.
Because I knew that angle was going to be terrible for us. Zachary's catching, but not fast enough. He's at a 13.9 now. Holy crap, we pass someone and then we just go to shit. That's just what it is. Like, the minute that I get ahead of someone, I am terrible.
35.755.
Get a good exit there. Zachary 14.2. Looks like Eric's going to win this. He's got 1.5 over Mark now. I think Eric started slower than Mark and Robbie just by a little bit. I mean, I don't think we ever got to him, so he was still ahead of us, but I don't think he was way out ahead like Mark was. Gavin is 25.5 seconds off the lead. 25.6, so we'll see if he's gaining anything on him. No. 25.7. Mark is now 3.5 seconds back. Eric is just shot ahead now. He has done something right. 7.5 to Dan still, so we're just the same speed as him. It didn't matter that we lost 2 seconds.
35.405.
Behind us, my dad is 7.2 seconds behind. Zachary and Connor are 2 and 6 seconds behind, so we might have to let them go by the end of this one, but we're actually getting really close to the checkered flag. Only 20 to go, I think. Well, 21 to go, maybe. I don't, 1 lap down, so 22 to go for the leaders. I don't think anything exciting is going to happen, sadly. I think the only thing that's going to change this outcome is a wreck. You see Zachary flying. We would not have beat him. We have junked these things.
35.4.
But Eric's doing the same thing as Zachary, just flying ahead. My dad is caught 6.5 seconds. Watch that scary number. What are everyone's tires going to be at the end? That is the big question. But my dad is catching me quickly. I think the biggest thing is just go, but don't push it over the edge. I think if you just ran this like a regular official race, he would have been fine. Just don't push it hard, but push it enough, and I think the tires would just be perfectly fine, amazingly. Which is very disappointing.
35.22.
It seems like they should be really dropping off. I mean, mine are really dropping off, but I don't know if this just did not play out at all as I thought it would. Eric, though, looks like, unless he gets into a wreck, it looks like he is going to win this thing. 4.5 seconds out now. He's pulling away from Zachary.
35.463.
And he did it perfect. We'll go see what his strategy was early on, just to get an idea of what worked to be that quick at the end. But I'm guessing he was running around 4th place and just not putting in hard laps, and it's just kind of ran the same pace the entire race. I mean, it'll have fallen off, but not as hard as everyone else, and because the minute you push it a little bit, like we did, it just junked the tires. So, didn't wear them out a lot, but it junked them. Looks like we've actually pulled away from Zachary. I don't know if he got caught up trying to get around another car or what, but maybe really late here, people are gonna fall apart, give us a few more spots. I think the call was probably run 34s at the start. And fall off to 35s or high 34s. And just never push it over that edge. Dan's still 7.5 ahead.
35.308.
Behind my dad, 7 seconds behind at the moment. So we've opened that gap back up. Okay, it's really not turning. We're probably going to be the slowest person out here and blow a tire. That would be impressive. Sun's starting to set. Track temps have went way down.
.429.
But yeah, just a really boring event, sadly. I really thought it was going to be dramatic and people would be coming flying back from multiple laps down. Thought 150 laps was going to be pretty difficult to reach on these tires, but apparently I was very wrong. .7 back to Zach. I think everyone has just equalized here at the end. I think we've reached the point in this tire where you can't gain or lose anything other than Eric, who's pulling away from everyone massively. Starting to get a little brain fade though, checking out on this. Eric's out to a 7-second lead. Gavin is 27 seconds behind him. Tracy is running 4th.
35.589.
23. Yeah, he's still falling off though to Eric, so even as slow as Tracy was going early on, he might have just pushed it too hard after the pit stops when he seen the tire wear. Oh boy, almost into the wall again. We're nearly home though. 7 to go.
617.
Well, we're still in 10th place. Not bad for 2 stops. But, yeah, we just played that really wrong by doing the 2-stopper. But I think we were junk no matter what.
5.551.
The only thing that would have helped us is we didn't pit until halfway, because then we wouldn't have had that push from lap 50 to 70. But I still would have pushed it at lap 75 after pitting, so I still would have broke the tires. I mean, fairly clean overall, but also we weren't really pushing, but still it's, we've had a few moments where it's wanted to jump out on us. I'm just surprised that this tire held up. It is a very long ways away from what it used to be when I first came up with this idea to do it. But, yeah. I think it's just to get to the point of having to manage tires a lot more, you would have to just make the race way too long, and this is already long enough. We're at 12 minutes left, 13 minutes left in the timer, so just about ran out of time. I did have it at an hour and a half, but then saw that 46 or 36 second laps would be right at an hour and a half, so I didn't know. I didn't know if we would be doing that. And holy crap, Robbie has fallen all the way back here. He must have had an issue, or that thing has continued to try to kill him.
You've got 2 laps to go.
But again, thanks to everyone for coming out. Can't do these races and videos without people showing up for them, so. Can we get to 9th? How slow is Robbie? Well, if I try to push it, we can't get there. Jesus, that did not stop.
You've got wheel damage.
Oh yeah, I bet we do. Oh yeah, we broke something in the right front. That's one way to guarantee that yeah, it's not stopping. I don't know if it's just our tires dead, or I'm just pushing it way too hard into the turn. This is definitely not going to help our tire wear numbers, but it shouldn't be too far off. My dad is catching us 1.7 behind. I don't know if that's because I've been running into the wall or he just started pushing it, but we should be able to beat him as long as I don't hit the wall. I think we've just really fallen off here at the end with the damage. But we should still be able to beat him, and that is all that matters. I don't have to give up sim racing. We get 10th. Let's go take a look at what these tires are. Sadly, did not go the way I thought it was going to, so I apologize for that, but it was interesting. Brandon, 8166. Nick King, 3722. We go at 29-29. Perfect. We did it just right. Robbie burnt that right rear up. And we still couldn't catch him because we were pounding the wall. So, we get even tire wear. 29-29. Oh my god, that's what was going on. My left front was 1 and 2%. Is that 100 or was it 99? I do not understand that one at all, but okay. Let's go take a look at what Eric's strategy was there. So he started here in 9th position, and he's kind of in this slower group, but he is doing 35s early on. And his fastest lap was lap 2. He gets into 3rd place, and he's just doing 35s. 34s, 35s all the way through. And he just kind of does that same lap time the whole race. And that's all it took. And Dan, he went kind of the opposite direction. He was out front. He goes 34 2s and then drops and starts going into 36s. And Mark up here is doing 33s. He pulls out to a massive lead, but then drops to 35s. Bounces around 36, 35, 34, and then 35s and 36s at the end. So, yeah, that was interesting. Let's take a look at the results real quick just to see who had what fastest laps. Who had the latest fastest lap? That's what matters the most here. Eric won it, but who did the fastest lap the latest? Gavin, lap 77. Great job. He matches his number. My dad, lap 144. Okay, he... the hell kind of times was he doing at the start? Where the hell is he? Alright. Sorry, I don't have trading paint, so I'm missing cars. So he was doing 35s, 36s, 35s, 30... Alright, let's look at this lap. Lap 144. Is he like wall riding here? Someone shoving him down the backstretch? He's getting pressured by Chad. He doesn't even wall ride. He's just A 34.9 that late was his fastest lap, or a 34.8, sorry. And he just started flying towards us. So what was I doing at that time? I was doing 35.2, so he was catching us, but then, like, once I hit that wall, those last few laps were dog shit, but that left front was gone. So yeah, he waited until the final 5 laps to start pushing or something. No, he looks like he started going around 10 to go, and I mean, he did the same thing. He just did the same lap time over and over and over, but he was a little slower at the start. So, yeah. Anyone go later than 144? No, we have a 138, 135, 125. So my dad wins the latest, fastest lap. And incident-wise, I mean, look at this. That is not bad. That is just all wall hits, I think. So, okay, there was some surprises at the end, I guess. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Something different. I like to do weird things on week 13 just to break up the seriousness of iRacing. And, well, it didn't go quite as planned, or as I had planned it, but it was still interesting fun. Thanks for watching.